first part of the day is oh, looking forward to this one. Right, so first hour of the day is this, or so. And then cracking on with a badass. I love these anemic names I give things. Right. Well wrapped. We like things well wrapped. Oh! Hang on. There's nothing I like more than good optics. You'll understand in a second. What's he done? He's been a very bad boy. Louie, oh, do. Oh, I expect the post office knew about this. Somebody knows me. Oh. Okay. Looking up. Tesco bags are never so strong as this when I work on them. It's like someone's dug up a barrow and some Saxon king. Look at that! Martindale, Crocodile, Birmingham, England. Made in England. Now that's a Martindale. You can go bye. The scales are still on. And look how many rivets. All we need is an edge. That's all it needs. Oh, that's freaking badass. Right! It's about 100 years old. So let's give it another 100 years, shall we? Thanks for the glasses. Okay, so in order for me to set up, I've got to get the right belt. I'm going to be going with a 120 and going real slow because I'm not whacking a new profile, I'm just giving it an edge. The fine belt gets hotter quicker because there's less air. Big grit, small grit, and there's less air moving around. So I'll take a trizact off. Done. Get 120 on. So this is a ceramic belt, and it'll show direction on the belt. So there's your arrow. You should have grip rating as well. So I'm going with the grip direction. And it goes. Yeah, Mike, I'm using them already. They're bloody lovely. And then I put the thigh against the workbench. Get it tensioned. that's there. And I've got to make sure it's 90 degrees. Every time you do it, it changes. It has changed already. I did it 90 in order to get the right angle when I'm using the bevel block. So I get my 17 ring, and the well-inch grinder is adjusted here. So there goes my 90 there. It's an engineer square on my table that's pretty secure, and then pull that into its 90. Now I'd rather do it on the belt than on the platen, because if you imagine me doing this to the platen, eventually I'll end up scratching it. Now when I go like this, there is a tendency for it to cant forward, so I'm feeling I'm not going to get pushed. That's good. So now I know that the attitude from there to there is pretty much 90. So my use a 17-inch bevel block and the knife on my extra large super duper table, and then going like that, and you can see I am falling off the table, whereas if you get the average tables on these grinders, they're only about this big. This ain't a Woodlaw. Yeah, so the bench space or the platen or whatever it is that they're doing for your work area is never really going to be big enough for what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try that goes along there, and I'm still on there. That's good. Right, let's get going. It's a little cramped in this corner, but this all good. There, I'll keep it on slow speed. That's a soft tracking. In the sun. Over and over and over again.
bevel block, as usual with on the shelves. Click it.
Even though I've been on there a few minutes, I still haven't actually got an edge. So I'm going to have to keep going. I'll see you. If you can see there that edge that I've got, okay, is running off of a 17-degree bevel block. And you might think that's actually quite a large length that I've removed, considering what you see on my blades. Well, that's because of the thickness behind the edge. Okay, now even though this is a thin, almost machete sort of, it's like a go-log because it's thick there. It's actually quite thick, and you've got distal taper. That's the reduction in cross section as it goes towards the end of the blade saves weight, makes things faster. Right, faster swing, but there's a hell of a lot of black magic going on there. But that actually is not that bad when you compare it to what you think of took off my blades, because my blades has a thinner section behind the edge. That's how I bring it in on the main bevel, be it a 7 or a 10 or 5-degree angle on my go lock, and I stop about there, and then I put the convex edge on the end. Now it starts as a flat to begin with, and then I convex it and blur it and sweep it all in. So what that means is, even compared to a machete, can you see how much the 17 goes up the blade? On my blades, the 17 doesn't go up as far. So you've got machete cutting just behind the edge. Does that make sense? It's thinner behind the edge than the machete. Cool. This is why gurus like Kylie need a lot more respect and coverage than they actually get, because there's a lot more to single bevel knives out there, hell of a lot more. So I've done that on a 120. Now I'm going to go to my Trizac, because if you can imagine, that's got 120 grit on it. So the 120, I take the mountains out of the mountain.
Still not done yet.
That's life. Probably because it's very, very old, and the way that the steel was made, or you know, whatever. All of a sudden, there it is. Back to the grinder. Where's where I'm going back? And there we go. So now, I think I've done a lovely job on this now. Hey, Marindels, this is what it used to do. Really? British Army machete. lives on. Here, Lewis, I hope you like that one. What does it do to wood? Not the best stage in the world. It's a dustbin with an old worktop on top of it. Come on, jeez.
Police helicopter overhead.
Hello.
Keep the camera off of this for a minute, eh? You don't make them like they used to. For you, Lewis, another 100 years. So I'm back in with a cup of tea, and what I was thinking of doing is this. When I get the regrinds and the redos, I'll keep them for a Sunday, and then that way the colour of the week is more Wessex Blades production as opposed to small little jobs, if you get me drift. Okay, so I think I'll try it from now on, that I'll concentrate through the week on the nuts and bolts stuff, and you know, getting my orders out, and I'll turn the Sunday into doing little jobs like the varan and the machete and all that sort of sharpening job. Okay, yeah, thanks, John again. Let's go for Wessex.